What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. Today we are going to do an updated look on Solana, and if you were following me on my Twitter by the way at _the Art of Crypto, you would have known that I was expecting Solana to reach exactly $20, and look at this, in my private Discord group I called this. So this is just to prove that I know a bit of what I'm talking about and then I'm not just pulling this information out of my A. So I wanted to make a Solana video yesterday, before the dump, but I ended up making a Matic video instead and ADA the day before, and if you watched both those videos, it actually went exactly to the level that I stated in those videos, but I digress. This is just to show that I know a bit of what I'm talking about. And if you were in the private Discord group, you would have gotten the call in real time and you would have made quite a killing. But we will get into that later. For now, let's jump right into Solana. So the reason why I said this $20 level would be support for, or rather not support, the way that I predicted that Solana would come exactly to that level is, in fact, if you just take a look at the daily chart right now, I don't know if you can see this, but would you agree that this move right here was quite a sharp move? I would think so, right? Now, if I just exit the log scale, and if I just go onto a linear scale, you can see that, this big pump right here of about 45% was preceded by this last bear candle right here. So basically, this bear candle right here was what you call an order block. And basically, order blocks, all you need to know, right? I'm not going to dive into the deep details of this, but order blocks are just institutional levels where they might be looking to buy. Now, in the past, we had one instance of filling this order block pretty much exactly to the T. If I just draw, a high and low of this candle, boom, we filled it pretty much to the T. And at the moment, we filled it close to the candle, like the wick, and it still applies. Like any orders that fill in between these two levels right here, from 20.4 to 18.7 is going to be brilliant. But if that's just one of the ways that I predicted that this price is going to hold as pretty strong support. And if I just brought up the VPVR indicator, you could see that, there was a lot of volume, right? It's not a lot comparatively, right? If you compare it to both these nodes, but there was volume in between this node. And notice how, if you fell right below like $25, right? So let's mark down $25. So in the tweet, or rather in the private Discord group, if you were here, you would have known, I said if it broke 24, it would go straight down to 20, right? It would go down to 16, but it would stop at 20. So this is the exact pit stop that I was talking about. And the way you come up with that is, notice how there was a lot of volume at, up till about $25. And the moment you go past $25, look at how little volume there is. Right? It's basically nothing holding Solana from, dropping a 20% down to $20. So that is, in a way, how I got this entry. And of course, it didn't hit exactly $20, but it doesn't change the fact that the members in the private Discord group have been in like 300 to 400% profits. So right now, we are going to discuss what's next. Now I know that has been a pretty lengthy intro, but just wanted to let you know how I came up with these levels, so that as I go along, how I'm coming up with these levels. So at the moment, we have already formed we look to be forming a swing low on the daily chart. So this is pretty significant because for all we know, this was the bottom, right? However, we cannot be sure yet until we get a swing high. At the moment, it's going to probably take another 3 to 4 days-ish for a swing high to form. So if you were if you were on the sidelines, I would actually suggest not jumping into any random positions for now, because the time you jumped into positions was either during the short or you bought from here. Right now, you're literally in the middle of nowhere, and it is hard to tell where the price is going to go next at the moment. Now, if you just take a look at this level right here, right, seriously guys, the more you know about how these institutions trade, the more successful you're going to be. In this case right here, this big pump was preceded by this bear candle, right? So in this bearish move, right, in this big dump right here, it was preceded by this bull candle. So which means this is a bullish order block. No, I mean this is a bearish order block, my bad. This is a bullish order block. So notice how the price came exactly up to this order block to fill it, and then it came down by a bit. At the moment, it doesn't look like it's coming down by much, but right, just to show you that this stuff works. However, right now, the next move for Solana is probably for it to break above this level and come up to $36-ish. And the reason I say that is because there is liquidity up here. Imagine if you went short from anywhere here. Now, I do not have the data on how many people went short on Solana at, at these levels, but if anyone were to have went short there, their stop loss would, it makes sense, right? Their stop loss would be set like right here, or maybe even right here. So basically what that means is there's liquidity up there, right? If these people are buying, guess who's selling? Yeah, that's right, institutions. So the market always likes to hunt out the liquidity in the market. And at the moment, there's a bunch of liquidity up top here and up top here. So expect, right? I mean, not expect, but if Solana comes up to this level right here at about $36 to 37-ish, do not, try not to expect Solana to go straight to the moon. In fact, if it gets to this level right here, I do not want you to be buying Solana. If you wanted to buy Solana, $25 would be brilliant, $20 would be brilliant, but not up here, okay? Because if we do come up here, chances are you're going to see a quick rejection before forming a daily swing high. Right, I know it's hard to imagine. Basically, just a swing high is just basically notice how the close of this candle, right, the wick of that candle is taller. Basically, these two candles had shorter highs compared to this candle right here. So basically, this tree candle formation is basically a swing high. So at the moment, what I want you to look out for is for Solana to form a swing high at this level right here. And if we do get that, then I'm probably going to make another video, because if we do get that, especially if the swing high was formed, higher than this level right here, once we form that swing high, then I will be looking to buy Solana, right? Because until we get that, which basically, because we're looking at the daily chart right now, this swing high, swing low thing is probably going to take at least 3 more days, at least. So if you were looking to get into the markets, I would be patient for now, right? There's a saying that the more you trade, it's just more chances for you to get wrecked. So in that case, why not, just take the most optimal entries? And at the moment, the most optimal entry would be for this swing high to form first, and then I will make a future video updating this, or perhaps I will just post it on my Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto. So what am I trying to say in this whole video so far? Basically, keep an eye out for the liquidity. At the moment, liquidity seems to be up top, so the market will always try to seek out the liquidity. And at the moment, it does seem like we are reversing already. Now, actually, let's discuss this, right? What constitutes a reversal? All right, are we reversing yet? Was that the bottom? And, what I would say is yes, for a few reasons. So if I just go back onto the weekly chart, in fact, I probably should have talked about this earlier, shouldn't I? So if you just take a look at the weekly chart right here, this is a weekly low and this is another weekly low. And at the moment, in this one move, right, from $20, in this one move, we have broken through at least 2 major higher time frame levels, which is an indicator that price is reversed. For example, if the price were to bounce from here up to $27 and get rejected, then it would not be a reversal, right? But the condition, right, is for at least 2 levels to get broken. At the moment, this is strong, which means the institutions agree that this might have been the bottom. And if you just look at the data, you could see that, a lot of institutions were buying Bitcoin throughout that dip. So remember, guys, we don't want to be thinking like retail here. Retail is over here, right? This is retail. This is institutions. This is institutions. This is institutions. So at the moment, price is reversing already, right? Same goes for Bitcoin. I do agree that Bitcoin is in a reversal already, because the two, if I just go back to Bitcoin, for example, right? I know you came here for Solana, but you need to know what Bitcoin is doing as well. So if we go back onto the Bitcoin weekly chart, you can see that this was a weekly swing low, and this is another weekly swing low. So we broke below these 2 levels. And by the way, right, I've been updating this in real time on Twitter, and I was literally calling for at least 29.5k, right? When everyone was thinking, oh hey, there's support here, it's gonna bounce from here. No, guys, stop thinking like retail. You want to follow the money, right? That's a saying, you want to follow the money. The money is not with retail. The money is with institutions. Follow the institutions. Follow the smart money. So I was calling for this in real time. So seriously, follow me on Twitter, right? And if you want even more latest market updates and me explaining exactly what is going through my head, you're going to want to join the private Discord group. The link is in the description. If you join right now, you can actually get 40% off if you pay with crypto, but I'm not going to get into this. So on Bitcoin, right, on the weekly chart, we have broken through 2 weekly swing lows in that same move, which means Bitcoin is reversing as well, which means this was the bottom, or at least the chances of that being the bottom is fairly high. So if I go back to Solana, same thing here. We have already reversed, which means right now we should be looking to buy, but not here, okay? Not here. For now, you be patient. You wait for the swing high to form, and then it's probably going to retrace, right? So let's draw this out, right? I'll just give you an example of what you should be, exactly what you should be looking for. So if you watched until this point in the video, you're seriously going to be ahead of a lot of other people, because this is where the juicy part begins. So assuming that we form the swing high at this level right here, right? Assuming that we get the swing high here, okay? What you're going to want to do is you want to bring up a fib retracement, and you want to go from the body low, right? The low of the bodies, right? Which means at about 26.5, and you're going to want to draw a fib retracement from the low to the high, okay? So this would be your swing high, which means it will take at least 3 days for this to confirm, at least 3 days. So assuming we get it there, right? Wherever you get it, just draw from this swing low to that swing high. That is going to be your fib. What you're going to want to do then, right, in order to get a bullish entry, you are going to want to buy at the 0.5 level or the 0.618 level. Now, if you go and backtest this, right, for example, if we just go and, sort of backtest this, right, let's just take a look here, right? Once we formed this swing low, right, I'm sure you would agree this is a swing low, and then we formed the swing high, which is over here, right? This would be your swing high, because this is the tallest candle in between 3 candles. What you want to do is you want to take out your fib retracement from the body of the lowest point, and you want to go to the top of that point, right? After you get this confirmation, then you're going to want to buy either the 0.5 or the 0.618 retracement. In this case, look at where the price came exactly back to, the 0.5 retracement, right? I know it's easy to get FOMO up here, but if you want the best risk to reward ratio, you're going to want to do it like this. And, if you did buy there, then you would have gotten, 30%, which is not bad. And the target, right? The target of that retracement is at least the previous, like this swing high right here. If let's say you retrace, let's say 0.5, so you buy here, your target is going to be this level right here. All right, that's going to be your take profit 1. The next targets that you are going to want to look out for is right above these levels, right? The previous swing highs. So you would agree that this is a previous swing high and this is a previous swing high. So basically, in this instance, you would have 3 profit targets, right? And as well as one at $60, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Just taking these 3 levels, right? Imagine if you bought here and price reverses. Just taking these 3 levels would already give you 37%, which I would argue is pretty good. So for now, right, after talking so much, for now, you are going to want to stay out of the markets for now. Just for now, right? Wait 2-3 days, right? You don't always have to be in a trade. In fact, the more you trade, the more chances there are of you getting wrecked. So wait for this to form, and then wait for the retracement, right? If you get that, right, all you can do is, set a 1-2% stop loss on either level. If it breaks the 0.5, then set a 1-2% stop loss below 0.5, or you could just set it right below the 0.618 level, okay? That is going to be your stop loss for this entry. And the take profit target is going to be swing high, swing high, swing high. Because in this instance, liquidity is up top. Remember what I said about the market wanting to hunt out the liquidity. Liquidity will be here, it will be here, and it will be here. So then the market is going to hunt out everything before potentially either moving higher or coming down lower. So the market doesn't just move in one direction. So just keep that in mind. That is exactly what you are looking out for. Now, if we do get this happening, I will probably make an update video. So if you are unconfident, like unsure of doing this yourself, and for real, by the way, throughout pretty much the last few days, basically, I've been playing the last few days pretty much perfectly, right? I called a Solana order at, $26, $25. And if you come back down to the 1 hourly chart, you can see that it came right down to $25, and then it had a 13% bounce, 13 to 14%. Over here, I called that if AVAX broke 12.2, it will go straight to 10.8. Exactly, look what happened, right? And if you want to get access to these kinds of entries, you're going to want to consider joining the private Discord group. Over here, I'm calling literally daily setups that are extremely profitable. Like T-Fuel is another example. I said that there was liquidity right below these levels, and if we break there, we would come straight down to 0.4. If you go look at a T-Fuel chart, you know that we came exactly down to 0.4 before having a 20% bounce. Now you might think I'm just lucky, but honestly, everyone in the group calls me the sniper, and there is a reason for that. I'm sniping entries literally every single day. Heck, I even called this Bitcoin short, right? Right before this Bitcoin crash, I said that would come up exactly to this level. If you just look at the Bitcoin chart, right? It came exactly to 35,700 and it dumped down. And look at this. I even called the bottom right here. So if you're interested to get access to these kinds of seemingly prophetic setups, you are going to want to go into the link in the description and sign up right now. There is only about 40 spots remaining because I'm closing this after we get about 200 members or so. I want to be able to dedicate focused attention to every single member in this group, and I cannot do that if there are too many people. So if you pay with crypto right now, you're actually going to get up to 40% off. So seriously guys, there have been many people in this group that have paid off their membership in just 1 or 2 trades. You are not going to want to miss out. For now, after hearing me explain so much, the trick for now is to be patient. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight, and so look out for the swing high to form, and then you start thinking about buying. Like sure, you could enter into Solana right now, and you could probably get a 10 to 20% pump, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you okay with this kind of a risk to reward ratio? If you are, then go for it, right? Because at the moment, it seems that we are forming a bull flag right now. So if you're interested, go for it. I'm not stopping you. It's just me personally, I'm going to be waiting for 2 to 3 days. I've already bought Bitcoin during the dip, so I'm in quite a substantial amount of profits already. And if you want access to these kinds of snipes, like absolute snipes, join the private Discord group. It will pay itself off in no time. And with that said, my friend, stay safe, may the gains be with you, and peace.